Okay, so we got a multiple choice, and we're dealing with the power rules in this one. The state is kind of trying to change what these ones look like, um, but I think we're still in the point where we can use a calculator to kind of get the right answer. It's as long as multiple choice, I can literally set a value for y and get a correct answer. Let's find out if it lets me. So let me see if I can do y equals 2. Okay, so y equals 2, and I don't know if it's going to let me. If I put here 5y, does it give me a solution? No. And so they use the y. They can always use an x. The reason they do this is because they know that for me, by doing that, or for people taking a test doing that, that the decimals is going to do that to us. It's not going to let us because it uses x and y for graphing. I would have to change the letter for this to work on the calculator the way I want to make it work on the calculator. So let me show you what I would do. I would use a different letter. Let's go with A. So instead of the y, I'm going to use an A. I'm going to say A equals 2. That means if I put in 5A, 5 times 2 is 10, and I get a 10 here. So I'm going to plug in this guy just the way it looks, but instead of a y, it's going to be an A. And then I will, if I have a chance, do it again, and I'll use a different way of doing the same problem. All right, and so here we go. Right arrow, plug that in. Raise it to -2, just the way it looks. Raise it to -2. And then here, let's see here, but so let me put this division symbol underneath. Nope. Wow, it's really going to give me a hard time on this one. Yeah, they did a great job. Okay, well, there goes it. Let me do it. So I'm put an A. I'm looking for that ugly number right there. All right, so 1 divided by 36, a to the 7th power. Does the number match? It matches. That's my answer. I'm going to put just one more just so you can see it. Actually, all I got to do over here in distance is make this into a 6. That number changes, not the same. 1 over 27. And then instead of the 6 or 7 here, different number from that one. I don't know why I said 27. It should have been 12. Still doesn't match. And then I can change that into a 6. Still doesn't match. Just put the number that worked, which is 36. And it was a 7 here on top. This number matches that one, so my answer was A. Yuck. I see what the state is doing. They're going to eventually do this. We're going to just have to work them out. In the meantime, I can still use a calculator to do this. I could have also done it this way. I could have gone parentheses, 6 times. You know, I put earlier I wanted to make the y a 2, and it just wouldn't let me. I'll just plug in a 2 for that y. And then I'm going to raise it to the 3rd power. I'm going to go right arrow. I'm going to close everything. Then raise that again to the -2. All right, go right arrow. Put the division symbol. I got lucky. It makes everything into the way it looks over here. Divide by 2. And I'm getting that same number. See what I did there? All I did was make the y a 2. I just plugged in 1 divided by 36 times, because it's times. The next letter means times. And it's going to be, instead of the y, it's going to be a 2. Like I said earlier, we're using a 2. And raise that guy to the 7th power. And I'm getting the exact same numbers all over again. So there's 2 different ways you can do it. You just have to practice it. So hopefully you've seen enough videos where you can practice it. But it's up to your teacher. Hopefully they taught it to you this way. Made adjustments for the decimals. If not, just plug in an actual number for the letter and you should be okay.